to hate him.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. Welcome to our
Open tabs.
I'm Mara.
I'm Jess, and I apologize. I'm sick, so I have sniffles.
Yes, we're Jess is a little sick. I'm a little allergic to life or something, so I'm also a little congested.
It bees like that.
You know.
Okay, I'm gonna post with some the Instagrams.
Hi, Instagram. Yeah, we're gonna keep it cozy tonight, guys. Like, it's just life is lifing, and
Truly,
yeah,
ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm going to time box just to give a two quick updates. One is, remember when I was telling you about Liver Girl?
Wait, who?
The girl who was waiting for her liver.
Oh yes,
she did get a liver.
Oh,
I keep meaning to tell you that.
Oh,
so that's news we can use.
That is so good.
Yes, I'm so happy for her. And it was crazy because she was. This feels slightly demeaning. This is just the most relatable yellow thing I can think of. She went from looking like she needed to drink, kind of be, to like pretty well hydrated in her coloring. So she's still a little yellow, but it's like she got so much better so quickly.
So they already did the transplant?
Yep.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. So I feel like that was just good news that we could all be happy about.
Yeah, because the news don't be looking too good.
Every time there's a breaking, I just say no. I don't want to know what it is.
Literally, there's this guy on TikTok. He's like, break. I'm like, no.
I didn't ask you for this. Leave me alone.
Absolutely not.
I did my part, and I'm
I'm exhausted every day. I can't.
I cannot watch. I cannot watch these breaking news, but other good news, as Sky 5 Angel mentioned.
Oof, I watched today.
We won't talk about it too long because I feel like I tortured you guys last time with just so much Sarah Boone, but she was sentenced to life, and somehow her sentencing was in the top 3 worst things she ever did to George.
The amount of disrespect, my God. I was texting Mara because I was watching it, and I just kept being like I shouldn't be shocked, but I was shocked. I'm like, you've already been found guilty. Maybe you would have some kind of humility, some kind of
insight.
Yeah,
compassion.
You maybe remorse your wrongs. No, she doubled down on. Well, he was a monster.
Literally. I fell in love with a monster. But don't worry, she forgives him. She forgives his family.
Oh yeah,
and she forgives herself. That's probably the most.
To heaven, she'll see him. Wow,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that she thought that he would even go to heaven based on everything she was saying.
She seems so confused. Oh, and also we must mention her true crime pen pal, who was one of her
character witnesses,
character impact statement people. There were 2 people who she was in jail with, who she knew, saw face to face, and then there was a third
one of whom was allegedly her boo thing.
Oh, I was wondering which one.
The first one.
This person said they had known Sarah for 11-ish months, maybe, or shorter. Said that, and I'm a true crime fan. Stop right there. And they're basically pen pals, and that Sarah promised her a kidney, and that her biggest regret after being read her guilty verdict is that she can't give her a kidney anymore. It's social media demonizing Sarah. How dare you call her a narcissist? I was like, oh my God, this is really happening.
So clearly directed at us and not the judge. It was pretty. It was a choice, and I feel like Sarah wrote some of that for her.
Yeah,
I think she was a surrogate for Sarah.
Manipulative power she has over people, because that is crazy work.
I mean, I figured whatever she said was gonna be a little cuckoo for coconuts, but it was so much worse than I imagined. And the anger I felt on behalf of his family, like,
yeah, way worse. I was like, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Mute your mic.
Yeah, and meanwhile, she gave the statement after watching his mother's statement, which was devastating, heartbreaking. And the first thing his mother said was, "I don't hate you," you know.
Yeah.
Like,
But
she
she's
showed
like,
so much grace and dignity.
but to them, she's like, you guys are terrible. The
I
whole
know.
family, all the abuse I endured from all of you. What? Okay,
And
I'm so sorry. I have to grab some chapstick, or I'm gonna be.
you saw I literally had to do it. So
1 second.
So we'll say hello to everyone. We will move on to Gilmore Girls, I promise. We just had that was a late breaking update. So I hope you feel better, Mackenzie. Corporate be corporating. I am with you, my friend, because somebody has not gotten the notice that we're 2 weeks from or 3 weeks from Christmas. They are just like all up in my girl. Then she had the last 30 minutes of work.
Hey. Yeah.
Hello.
Christmas is tomorrow. What do you mean? But you need my student loan payment? I ain't got it.
What do you mean I need to schedule multiple hour working sessions with people?
Call Joseph Robinette. Leave me out of it.
You're lucky they're here at all. Why are you asking me to make them think about things? Like,
time of year, relax.
I know.
Slow down.
And also the cheese. I did get multiple messages from people about the cheese, and I'm sorry, if I had to know it, you had to know it. So
we suffer together.
You know, in the club, we all painfully aware of what single cheese slices may or may not be being used for in the Orange County jail.
Exactly.
Okay, well, on the positive note of justice for George, rest in peace, King. I hope that you are truly resting now that you are away from that witch / not struggling with your own addiction. Hopefully he is truly resting in peace today. So now we're going to talk about something cozy and happy, which is, well, I don't know how. I'm going to be interested to see how people feel about this, because we're going to talk about Gilmore Girls. And we both like it, but yes. I think we both have critiques of it.
Indeed. Yes, correct. Did you watch when it was originally airing or like later?
I watched right when it finished airing.
Okay.
And when it was all on ABC Family.
Okay, nice.
That was like my college ritual was we would watch the episodes in the afternoon when Bess got home from when we both were home from class. So, and we had the DVD sets.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What about you? Were you watching when it was airing?
So, not to throw my parents' business out here in the streets like this, but we went on and off without having cable. Sometimes legally, sometimes illegally.
Yeah.
But so a whole lot of shows, including Gilmore Girls, and we didn't have DVR. It was just you catching what was on.
Back in the day, there was no.
You were watching live TV and waiting for a replay, or you that channel with the TV guide.
You were waiting to hit record on your VHS tape.
Yes, I did record much on a VHS since my parents would record over them like that. Assholes. But Gilmore Girls, I would just catch a lot of the episodes, the same I did with like Charmed. And so like, I knew overall like the story, but I didn't sit down and watch it first episode till last until it got on Netflix in like 2009, 2010 maybe. It was before I had a skinny TV. Okay, my TV had a fat back, and
on behalf of the big back bitches, me and your TV stand together in solidarity.
And then I watched it all the way through, and that's the same thing I did with Charm. So many shows like I didn't get to see all the way through. So it was interesting because I mean, that's still my first watch. I still was like in my 2021 maybe. And I've since watched it again fully later and been like, I have different, like every time I watched it, I had different opinions. So
well, I will say, regardless of what people think, it is a rich text. Like it holds up well to rewatching because there's a lot to think about and a lot going on.
There's much, because especially rewatching it at different ages, because rewatching it in watching it in high school, I definitely had a different perspective. I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. I want to be. I feel like a lot of book nerds can, especially women, can be like, I want to be Rory Gilmore. I want to read what's Rory's reading list, everything that she read, and she was still smart, and the boys still liked her, and da 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 da. She has a great relationship with her mom. Like I was like, oh my God, I wish my relationship with my mom was like Rory and Lorelai, and all those things. And then rewatching it, I was like, Rory, and like.
Yeah.
Younger me was like, oh, Paris, and like, oh, Emily. Older me, I'm like, wait, Paris, my dog, and Emily Gilmore. Like, I still understand, and nobody in this show is perfect.
Yeah.
But like, I had a lot more beef with them when I was younger versus watching it as an adult.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I was never that big of a Rory person. But I was in college when I was watching. So a little bit older, but I always like Paris. That's probably why I wasn't fully in the tank for Rory, because I'm like, this bitch is fabulous. Like, what an icon. But I definitely agree about Emily Gilmore. I think as I've aged, I have a lot more like compassion for her. And of the three of them, I feel like her entitlement is the least like upsetting to me now as an adult.
Yeah.
Because it's so like I feel like where it came from is much more like understandable.
Yes. I forgot what I was going to say.
I bet I know what you're doing. I'm on it.
Yeah. Okay. But yes, I think, and again, there's a critique for everybody, but I just think watching it originally, it was like, Emily is so mean. She's placing so many expectations and demands on Lorelai and Rory, and they're holding this money over their head. And you watching, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I mean, she's a very wealthy, privileged woman, but it like makes more sense in her like age group and like how she grew up versus Lorelai and Rory, especially the way Lorelai and Rory want to say things are and ignore reality. And Emily Gilmore is very much like, yes, I'm rich. And what? I don't have to work. Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, my biggest gripe with Emily is her being such a terror to her employees. I feel like that is her biggest. Yeah, all the maids she goes through, I feel like is her biggest true flaw.
Yes.
I really think most of the rest of it is just like benign rich people entitlement from like an older generation, that it's like, well, if I'd grown up that way, I probably would be the same.
Exactly. But Lorelai's like, oh, what was me? I've done these things on my own. Well, I mean,
when I need to get a loan, I'll go to my rich parents.
When I send my kid to the school,
I'll go to my rich parents.
Yeah. Oh, I have to go to dinner with them. They want to be in my presence.
I have to have a personal chef made dinner once a week.
Oh,
and get dressed up and have cocktails. Like,
they're insufferable. It's like, sure, maybe that's not your scene, but like that in exchange to send your kid to, I don't even know what realistic price range Chilton would be, because what were they in Connecticut?
Oh, because I must have been like in the early aughts. Even in the early aughts, I bet that was like a $30,000 to $40,000 a year situation.
Because I'm thinking about private schools where I grew up.
Yeah.
And they were like way more than my college. They were like a private college tuition.
I mean, I'm thinking about the nicest private school in Knoxville when I was in high school, I think was around $9,000 a year.
Yeah.
So if you're talking like outside of New York City, surely it's got to be like 4-ish times the cost of that.
And she's just casually going there. That was a major thing that changed between young me and older me, being like, oh, this is actually not that big of a deal to get your kid to a prestigious school that will most likely get her into these Ivy League schools that she wants to go to.
Well, and part of like the thing that throws me off, because even at the time I had this question, but like on rethinking, I'm like even more so, why it actually probably would have been better for Rory to stay at Stars Hollow High and like invest in some like supplementary extracurricular stuff, because then it's like, hey, like I'm this great student coming out of this like small local public high school, and
I've done all of this extra stuff.
Yeah, like and like my mom's a single mom, and she raised me by herself, and like I feel like that would have been actually a better story for the application process than like I'm another rich entitled
kid who went to Chilton,
who somehow is valedictorian, even though she only came in like halfway through sophomore year.
Yeah, of course I had to be that way.
And was failing at least one of those classes. That was like a whole plot line in season 1.
But she is extraordinary.
She is Rory Gilmore. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Until she's not. And this is jumping ahead a bit because I was just watching some TikToks, and people have varying opinions on Rory and their thoughts on like her character arc. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Gilmore Girls, Rory goes to Gale.
We should say we should say up front.
Oh, yeah.
All spoilers for every season.
Through to the
anything in Gilmore Girls is fair game for discussion. So
correct.
It's been 2 decades at this point. I feel like you've had enough time to watch if you wanted to.
So sorry.
I hope you guys feel better. Yes, the math is not mathing.
No, but she's over Paris.
Over Paris? How
about my girls dirty when Paris broke down about not getting the heart.
A great episode, but so devastating.
I was like, oh my God. But to jump ahead just a bit about Rory being perfect, because so many people are like, this is like a realistic thing of somebody who like grows up being told like they're the best and they're the smartest, and then going into a bigger pond and being average. And I'm like, I mean, I guess, because obviously Yale is going to be way more than Chilton, but still she got into this preparatory school with the supposedly smart kids, but mainly rich kids, and she was at the top of that. Same, like I don't know.
That's a very good point. I didn't think about that, and she was also like head of the Yale newspaper.
Yeah.
Once again, even though she took a semester off,
still coming up on top. Then one man says, I don't think you got it. And she's like, oh.
She absolutely crumbles.
I've never had somebody say that to me before. I'm like, not even a Stars Hollow High. I feel like in Chilton, what was it? Headmaster.
Headmaster.
I feel like she got some talking tos from the people at Chilton. Like, you just moseyed on in here, girl, and it's not going to be the same as blah, 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 blah. So I don't think like she was always praised. I think she just like, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while, so I can't say, but I just feel
Charlton.
Yes, Headmaster Charlton.
Sorry.
I remember at least him having a conversation with Lorelai. I don't know if it was just about Rory's behavior, but I feel like it had to do with grades at one point.
Well, I remember there was an episode where he was like, she's not being social enough, and that's like gonna be a problem for her in Ivy League like networking stuff. And I'm like, now I'm thinking, yeah, that's correct. Like, if you don't know how to suck up to these rich people.
Exactly.
Like,
but my girl Paris.
She's not getting the full, like, yeah, he's so right, because her, like, the point of the episode is like, oh, she does have friends, you just don't see it because it's in Stars Hollow. And it's like, well, the point of you going to this prep school is to make those connections.
To rub elbows.
Why are you like that?
You just don't go to class and go home. You got to start.
Yeah, that's like the whole reason why you're doing this.
Yes.
Weird about, he was. But to be fair, she did show up to that parent-teacher conference and Daisy Duke cutoffs and some tie-dye. Yeah, and booty shorts. Like, if a parent shows up in booty shorts, I feel like you can be at least a little bit like, I do have a question about this.
A little bit, Yeah, I mean, he wasn't always... Some of his things he would say is like, okay, I understand, and some things you're like, okay, but
yeah, I mean, he was a snob, but was he wrong?
Not for the world that she was trying to go into.
Yes.
Because this makes me think of something. Of course, I saw it on TikTok. I can't remember, but because it was talking about people who are going to Ivy Leagues And it's like, they're not, I forgot how they were framing it, but essentially what I'm trying to say is he's trying to prepare you for the world that you're going into. If your mind is only set on Ivy Leagues, these are the kind of people that go to them. This is the kind of environment you are going to expect if you're trying to get a job out of the Ivy League. These are the kind of people they're not going to put up with you being late or wearing this thing. They are going to judge you for that, or not coming to the cocktail hour or the fundraiser. Like that's their world. So he's like, get it. We're trying to set you up, honey. You gotta get into it.
This is the game you wanted to play. So get on the field.
Or you could have stayed at Stars Hollow High and you could have gone to UConn. Not trying to say UConn is not a good school, or
she could have gone to like Northwestern, which is not an Ivy League, but is an excellent.
They're really great schools.
Yeah,
not Ivies. And she could have gone to those, but no, that's her whole thing is like, I want to go to Harvard. I want to go to Harvard. And so there's a certain, no matter what kind of demographic you're coming from, a certain kind of people you're going to be meeting, the legacies in Harvard, Yale, whichever one, Prince.
It is a Yale legacy.
Yeah.
How are you meeting? You are one of these people.
But and it's like, no, not Rory. She's just from a single mom. Her grandparents don't exist, except when they do.
They literally donate a building to Yale and put her name on it.
But I just watched that scene again in her college days when Logan, because she's trying to say like, oh, you're such a risk-spoiled kid. He's like, okay, and are you not? She's like, I'm living off my trust fund.
This is the thing. Logan is the worst, but he's exactly who Rory deserves.
Yes. Young Jessica did not see that. I was like, oh, why would you choose? Why would you choose Logan?
Boy Jess, not you, Jess. Yeah. Boy Jess is so clearly the best of the boyfriends in terms of like who you'd actually want to be with. Yes. But Rory doesn't deserve him.
No. Correct. Young me was like, oh, Dean, that's your first love.
Oh, no.
Rewatched. And
what a monster.
With Jess.
Fucking creep.
My last watch, I'm like, oh, no, she definitely belongs with Logan.
Oh, yeah.
Because she grew up into the exact person that her mother was not trying to have her be. And he was someone who'd actually call her out for it. Like, what do you mean? You're not, he said whatever about your grandparents. Like, you're not over here like waiting tables to pay your tuition, girl.
Yeah.
But I'm not, it's all free. Yeah. And you're like trying to use it to like meet certain people. He's like, what do you mean certain people? We are certain people. Oh, it was great. I just watched it and I was like, I love when somebody can tell Roy by herself. Yeah.
I'm starring comments for future because I think we're sticking with the girls right now. We're talking a little bit about the boys, but we'll get to that.
Yes.
But I do think it's so like two like big picture things that now I don't like what the show is saying, like what the show has to say now. One of them is the show vilifies Emily for projecting what she wants onto Lorelai, but then Lorelai so clearly does the exact same thing to Rory.
Yes.
Like, where did Rory get this? Like, I want to go to Harvard. She got it from Lorelai. Lorelai is sad that she didn't get the opportunity to do the thing, the part of her entitled rich life that she wanted to do.
Parents do this all the time, transferring their dreams onto their children. That's why I decided not to have children, because I would do the same thing.
Well, I mean, like, I think that takes some self-awareness to realize, like, why are you having children? And like, again, Emily, I get, and actually I get it from Lorelai because she was young and like but that bothers me a little bit that like Emily is treated like the villain, but like the show I don't think ever fully interrogates that Lorelai puts all of her dreams onto Rory.
Yeah.
Like it could have done that when Rory drops out of Yale, but that's not really what it takes that as like Rory is just being so dumb and she's betraying who she really is, instead of it being a part of the story where it's like Lorelai has to confront the fact that she has placed a lot of her self-worth in Rory being successful and Rory doing what she thinks Rory should do.
And when it doesn't go her way, then she gets very upset because she's like, well, this is what I want you to do. And it's like, it's understandable because I feel like I'm not a parent, but a lot of parents put their hopes and dreams, or even if it's like, you didn't want to do that, it's almost like my parents didn't go to college. So it's like, I want better for you. So when you see them, of course, so she's like, yeah, I want you to go off and go to college and sure, do this Ivy League thing. Maybe it's not even, it had to be Harvard, but it's never that. It's always like, I don't know. They just didn't translate it well.
No.
And so Lorelai gets off she gets off easy on that
Yeah,
part.
I feel like Lorelai always kind of gets off easy, which I don't like about the show. Like, it would be a better show if she was sometimes wrong.
Yeah.
And the show doesn't ever fully let her be wrong about
It
things.
lasts it's like, and then it takes the pressure off, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, put your foot back on her neck for a minute.
Yeah. So I have that problem. And then the other big thing, and Fleur is alluding to this with the revival, I hate that the ultimate message of this show is that it's just like, oh, it's a circle. It all just happens again.
Yep.
Like, its whole point of view is what? That Rory was always going to get pregnant because Lorelai got pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
side note that also abortion is apparently like never on the table in these conversations. Even when Lane gets pregnant with a twin she doesn't want on her fucking honeymoon. Like, it's
yeah, it's like, it's saying like you can never escape it. Nothing, even if you make mistakes, it does not mean that you're doomed to repeat exactly.
You don't learn from them.
But that's basically what they're saying. They're like, make one mistake, it's over.
Yeah. And just keep making the same mistakes.
Yeah, because like same with Lorelai and all her mess, but also Rory and leaving school and the getting pregnant thing. And also, I just lost my train of thought. That's gonna bother me too.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
But it's like, because Lorelai
the cheating thing. Because Rory does the cheating very early on.
Yes.
With what is she with Dean? But then Jess comes and she just has this pattern of like, even if it's just a kiss or doing something, like talking secretly with somebody when she's with somebody else, and it's like she never grew out. She just
Lorelai cheats on Luke, and well, I don't know. That relationship was basically over, but she shouldn't have done what she did. But anyway, we will get to that because it's infuriating.
We'll get to me on.
Yes, it's like they never learn. Honestly, part of why the only reason I like the revival is for Emily's storyline.
Yeah.
Because she's the only one who actually grows in this entire show. By the end of it, Emily is literally the only one of them that shows any development or growth. And she's only able to do it when her husband dies.
Yep.
And she's like out of the role that she has been in for her whole life.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, which I love that she's able to have start after Richard.
Oh my gosh. But everything with Emily in the revival was great. Like, I loved all of that.
Are you saying it's not possible, or you have to wait until you're like 70? I don't know. It wasn't an encouraging message for young women or women in their 40s or whatever. It's like, no, you're just going to be a freaking mess forever.
It's just like I don't know. So I think what's disappointing to me about the show is people keep having the same conflicts over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, like, there's minute growth in some areas, but like it loses a lot of its like freshness after a while, because you're like, well, Luke and Lorelai aren't going to talk to each other again. Okay. Well, Rory's going to be entitled about this again. Okay. Well, Emily's going to meddle a little bit. Okay. It's just like, it takes it from being, it makes it feel like more sitcom-y than I think the show wanted to be.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. They're like, here's this pattern. We're going to do it all over again.
Yeah.
But I wrote down things. Me.
Well, Rory, so, I am a Rory hater now as an adult because she does drive me really crazy with how entitled she is and how, like, it drives me crazy because like her friends are so much more interesting and have so much more interesting conflicts and are like better people.
Yeah.
Paris and Lane are two of the best characters in the show. And I'm like, why are you friends with Rory? She's such a wet blanket. Like, what is there to be friends with?
Lane. My rock star Lane, what she deserved. One was Dave Rogalski. Okay, I don't care about the OC.
I don't know
that's why about the OC. Away, but still, I just watched the clip where he was talking to Mrs. Kim and saying all the things like, I'm a good kid. I don't have any tickets. I only watch 30 minutes of TV. I don't drink soda. And you really want to take your daughter to prom.
He stayed up all night trying to read the full Bible.
Oh my God. Okay, he had to go to a different show. One,
she should not have gotten with fucking Zach. They had negative chemistry.
Oh my God, that bum. She could have, I don't know, been single, been a rock star, went off, met somebody else. She didn't need to be tied down in this town.
Had a bi-curious phase, maybe.
Yes.
I feel like that was some of the energy I got from her, to be honest.
Yes. Lane was always trying to express her feelings and find out things, and especially with her like love of music and like rock and all of that. Oh,
that's exactly it.
Nail on the head.
Yes. But no, Lane with her rock music and Carole King as her like mentor. And I actually love that is the relationship we do see growth in. Like her and Mrs. Kim actually like learn how to be in a relationship together because they really love each other. And so they work at it and they both change to make that relationship work.
Things from you. Excuse me. Yes. I'm just like,
she schedules their little Christian rock tour for them.
Mara, one of the clips I watched earlier was Lane talking to Zach, saying like she was this repressed kid and she only had a little. She said, "I barely got the chance to be a person," and then it shut on me again. Why would they do that to her? It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart.
I get it more with Lane because she does have the religious context, but why is abortion never brought up in the show? Like, are you telling me when Richard and Emily found out Lorelai was pregnant, they weren't immediately like, so we've got a private doctor coming. He's going to make the pool house a surgical, sterile environment.
Bring him in.
I mean,
I was like, Lane.
No, I mean, not that people can't choose to keep, but it's just weird. The show never addresses
that. Was never not. Yeah. Oh, that just makes
Lane kills me. And it's not even good sex. She doesn't even have like awesome sex, and she has bad, crusty, sandy beach sex with Zach.
With twins.
And with twins.
Oh God.
And she was like she was only for Lorelai. That may be the tea. Who knows?
And she was like, my mother did everything for me, so I'm gonna do everything for them. And I'm like, yes, lady, you're a great mom, but I know not like being a mother. I understand that some people find like that is your whole thing, and you find joy in that.
But that wasn't what she
built Lane's character. All of these seasons, she wanted to explore. She wanted to travel. She wanted to play music.
She wanted to tour. She wanted to, like,
she wanted to be a bad girl. When she dyed her hair, she's like, but for 30 minutes, my hair was this.
And then drinking the celery water to try to. Oh, it's so good. I love Lane so much, and I'm so sad for her. Like, even if she had, I totally see her settling down with kids after her touring era.
Yeah.
But the fact that she didn't get that is just so, it feels cruel. It feels like the show is purposely cruel to Lane at times in a way that's very infuriating.
I don't understand. It's a show made in the early aughts.
I get it, but
about whites. But still.
That's true. Oh, yeah, we didn't even get into that. They're like two of the only POC people allowed in the city limits of Charlotte. Like her and Michelle, that's it. Or I guess Miss Patty. Miss Patty.
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle. The townies. Okay, the townies are the best part of the show. That is what I always loved, and it is what has aged, I think, the best.
What's her? I love Babette.
Taylor being a menace is so funny to me every time.
And I love because it's such a small town. It's like, okay, well, he's at the grocery store, but then he's also Kirk works everywhere. Okay, that man stays employed. He's always got a job.
He's the town selectman. He's the head of the Historical Preservation Society.
He runs the movie theater.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Just so
good. Like, he's got the soda shop.
Yes, he's gonna get it done.
Yeah.
But Suki.
Oh my gosh, yes, love Suki. I will say, as a fact, I will say I do appreciate that on the show, neither Suki nor Miss Patty's weight is ever commented upon.
Yeah.
that is a rarity, especially in that era. So I will give them credit for that.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of fat shaming in other coming from Lorelai and Rory, but I will say that like the on text, there's never a like Miss Patty's going on a diet plot.
Yeah, she was just fabulous. Okay, with her little dancers and
and getting it in.
Yes,
Miss Patty
always
is getting.
And Babette got her young. I'm like, yes, ladies.
Dare I say their cheeks clapped? I mean, on every night if they want it. Dare I say?
Yes.
Because I feel like I say that because I think that they're like into some freaky shit.
Yes, and they just seem so invigorated in life that they got it going on.
Yeah,
for sure.
I feel like probably Rory had the conversation with the talk with Lorelai when she overheard like some crazy noises coming from Babette's house, and Lorelai's was like, "Now I got to tell you,
is that the cats?" No. About Babette being her neighbor. Okay, I know that you watched the financial diets video. I didn't watch it on their finances because I've seen somebody who were like, Lorelai wants to cosplay as his poor single mother, but like even if they that house, the way it looks does not look like it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house.
The house never made sense to me because it seems like there's a lot of wasted space if it's only.
It's 2 stories. Rory's room is downstairs. What else is upstairs?
Do they just have a ton of unfinished space in the attic?
Or are they hoarders and Lorelai's just got a bunch of shit everywhere in the rooms?
That's actually a plausible
2, if not 3, like just, and I know, Hollywood set, whatever. I'm just saying when they show the house, that looks like a house that it has at least 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2.5.
Yeah.
Not whatever they were pretending it was.
And then when in season 6 they like renovate it, I think they only add a master bath.
Yeah, upstairs.
Like, but what is going on with the rest of the space?
I need to know. What are you hoarding in there? It doesn't make any sense.
Like Luke's place makes sense to me because his is over the store.
Yeah.
So like spatially that checks out, but
you have a house.
Yeah. They didn't talk about that in the financial diet stuff, but it is a good question. It's I mean, I don't think it's as implausible in the early aughts for her and she would have bought the house in the 90s. Like if she got a first-time home buyer credit, I wouldn't be surprised if she like borrowed some money from the original innkeeper lady.
Yeah.
Like I see how she could have gotten into a house like that, but I don't know. The real estate alone in this entire show boggles the mind. Like when you start thinking about like how is Babette?
Yes. What are any of them? How are any of them truly making?
How are any of them making money?
Like Lorelai and Rory's, they don't cook, right? They always are going out to eat. I'm like, are they never paying at Luke's?
Yes, they talk about that in the show. Of like,
but they also get food from other places, and they're always like getting hella junk food from the store, going to get takeout like every night.
Yeah.
They don't eat much of it, which is my gripe with so many TV shows and movies. Eat the food. God damn it.
The whole like trope of like they eat. This goes back to that she really is the amazing Amy. Like they're always eating junk food, but they're all like they're both ballerina thin.
It's like, oh, gotta go. No, you have a full plate of pancakes. Eat the pancakes.
Like, they waste food. I don't know. It feels like they also steal from people in the town, and the town's just okay with it. Like sometimes they're like throwing things in their cart, and I'm like, I'm not confident you're actually paying for this.
Well, we know Luke is definitely in the negative with them and their escapades. I don't know.
Well, he is getting paid in shots of Lorelai in her Juicy Couture tracksuit.
It's an equal exchange. Yes.
Yeah. That's his compensation.
But like younger music, Stars Hollow, that'd be so cute to live in a town like that. No, actually.
How? Like there's no.
I don't want to live in a town like that where literally everybody knows my every move. One odd car comes in and they're like,
literally, there's an episode where Babette comes screaming from across the town that someone says that Rory and Lorelai are having a split. are like having a problem. She's like, Luke, and she's like literally running from across the square and is like, I heard, and I'm like, who cares this much about that is the other thing. The townies are enablers because they truly do make Rory and Lorelai the queens of Stars Hollow.
Yes.
Like they are the benevolent rulers of Stars Hollow.
Yes. They let them get away with it. Lorelai and all of her. I used to think her talking so fast and all her like I was like, oh my god, she's just
So
the funniest
quirky.
thing ever. And I'm like, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes, girl, be quiet. This is not the time. But
she do be yapping.
She do. But I had on to if we wanted to address the boys.
Oh yeah, let's get back to the boys. Let's start with Dean.
Which
Dean scares me, the resentment. I agree. I feel like he would be a stalker. Kim, shout out to Kim. I never watched the show, and even I know Dean was trash. But I do agree with Fleur. He started out in the first season, he was good.
Yeah. I saw someone say on TikTok that at the first season, at least, that he did like have interest in reading and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about that with Rory, but then that kind of changed.
Then he became like a himbo.
Yeah, then he was just like, huh? I just like throwing a ball. I only play football. What is reading?
I like to hit with hammer. I like work on car.
And then, yeah, there were some moments, like there was one clip I watched of him. I don't know what happened, but Rory, Jess had come, I don't know if Jess is out of town and came back into town, and he's like, Jess is here. And he was giving real, I don't know, it was a little bit aggressive.
I was going to say, I feel like there's a different, darker version of the show where Rory and Dean are in an IPV kind of situation.
Yes. Because he gave that energy sometimes.
Yeah, Dean was from Chicago, then Jess was like, this is my town.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And there's like weird class stuff with Dean too, because like he's trying to make it seem like he and Luke are both like,
oh yeah, they're blue collar working class men, and Rory,
and they're always going to want something more, like they're going to not be good enough for the Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, I can't take you on fancy dates or out here in the city. I'm just a rural boy. I just know about my tractor. That's it.
Though I will say, I feel like Luke's aggression towards Dean is also a red flag. Like, he's a child, sir, and you're like punching him in the street.
That is valid. I have always had blinders on for Luke dates, but that's bad.
Oh, really?
I know Luke has flaws, but I love Luke.
I think, I mean, obviously, when I was first watching, I was fully rooting for them to get together, of course.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, the less I like them together. And maybe it's because I know where they end up.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think if you wanted to, you would have. You know what I mean? Like,
it's too much time on both parts, but like,
yeah,
I definitely was like heavy shipper. Now I'm like, I don't know, maybe just like Rory belonged with Logan, maybe she should have gone with Christopher. I know, what was that other dude's name?
I think once her and Christopher got married, they should have just stayed together.
Yes,
because they made sense together.
It's like, stop fighting it, Lorelai.
Yeah.
What was it? Max. Some people are like, no, Team Max.
Oh, he was way too good for Lorelai.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. No. I think she and her daughter, Christopher and Logan, y'all could have been on double dates, real cute with rich people.
Yeah, I think once she and Christopher once they pull the trigger of putting her and Christopher together, they then like artificially pull them back apart in a way that doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you were gonna go ahead and, I get it because it was the last season, they didn't have the original writers anymore or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, once the original writers are the ones that had her cheat on Luke with Christopher. So like, once they set that up and once they actually had them dating, it's like, yeah, they always like, he just makes more sense.
Yes.
I don't like him necessarily, but like,
don't like him.
I feel like he's kind of what she deserves. So
yes. Like, he should be an absent dad, but I don't know. That seems like you keep going back to him for what? Maybe that's
The dick must be
superior.
and he does have that kind of vibe. So I think that's part of it.
Yeah. And so they should have just stayed over there. I don't know why they just fight. That's the thing that again with Lorelai and Rory. That and I understand wanting to rebel against what you are because you don't want to be that thing. But it's like as y'all get older, y'all need to realize, like, okay,
Yeah.
this is me. This is who I am.
This
I
is just
am
who I
a
am.
wealthy white woman who wants to be with a wealthy white man and live my wealthy ways. And sometimes I go meddle with the peasants, but most of the time I stay over here in my wealthy land. Just
And
like
Christopher was willing to move to Stars Hollow.
yeah, you're running your inn. You're not that. I mean,
and let's see, she would have been 38 when they got married. And like, yeah, she should stay with him. And the finale should have been her finding out she was having Rory's little sibling.
yes.
If you want to end with a pregnancy, if we're so focused on pregnancy, it's like, and now we're gonna raise the child together that we always should have raised together. And maybe that can be the full circle moment if you're so into that. Like,
yes, here's your chance to make amends. There you go.
Yeah, instead they just like sloppily break them up, and then in the finale they're like, "Here's Luke again. Just like kiss him real quick. It's fine."
It's so. Oh my gosh! Someone was saying that how they wish the end would have gone, and for Rory, that she dropped out of Yale maybe a little later, but she applied for like an intern. What did she apply for? An internship at the New York Times or something. She didn't get that, but she did say yes to Logan. And through her engagement time, and then she was doing stuff for the DAR and whatever, and really getting into this posh life. And then maybe then kind of realizing, oh, maybe this isn't the life I want to. But I'm like, but I don't think she wants to be Emily and not work or anything, but like you do want to be able to take a yacht and have no consequences.
Yes.
You want to do crazy stuff like that with rich people. Rory, come on, just admit it.
And I can't blame you. You know what I mean? If I could be a trophy wife, I would take that up in a second.
Yes.
So,
exactly.
So it sounds like you were Team Luke.
I was.
How did you feel about the April storyline?
Okay, so I was trying to refresh myself because, like, obviously I remember she exists, and then I just watched a clip where I forgot how she comes in, but then she tells him like through her science project or something. But then he doesn't tell Lorelai for like 2 months or something, which I thought was dumb. But I don't remember. Just what happens? Does she stay in the story? I don't remember much. Like,
basically, she's the reason why Luke and Lorelai break up, because he just arbitrarily decides that since he has a daughter, he can't get married to Lorelai.
Oh.
And he just keeps pushing it off and treating her like shit and pushing her away and not including her in things, and then is like confused why she's sad all the time.
Yeah.
So by the time she cheats on him, well, she does break up with him before she sleeps with Christopher, to be fair.
Okay. I don't remember that part. Is fuzzy. I just remember I was like, I know she comes in, but I don't remember like what goes on.
Yeah.
So, my man.
And also I'm echoing. I don't know if you.
I can't hear you.
That probably means it's from you.
Uh-oh.
Do you have headphones on? Oh, okay.
I forgot. I can grab them.
Let me try. Oh yeah, I'm still echoing.
Hold, please.
Un momento. And I'll talk to the people. Let's see here. How are you going to be with someone who treated your daughter that way? See, here's okay. I'm not a Christopher apologist. Like, he should have insisted on being in his daughter's life. To be fair. Oh. Started echoing after you moved your headphones. Interesting. I didn't think I did move my headphones, but maybe I did. To be fair, I think that Lorelai very purposefully like kept him out of Rory's life. Like, she always says like, I never didn't give you access, but like, I don't know. I kind of feel like she purposely wanted to be the parent. And maybe it's because she didn't think he could be a parent or whatever, but I kind of feel like it was a two-person operation to keep Christopher out of Rory's life.
For sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it echoing?
Am I echoing now? No. Okay, cool. Good.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't just one or the other.
Yeah, I think they kind of messed up Rory's relationship with her dad.
Yes. But she had Luke.
I know.
They did have some cute moments.
They did have oh my gosh. When the episode where they get together is adorable. I love it so much.
Yes. See, there's still positives in there amongst the mess. I can still soak up that. But yeah,
like season 5, Luke and Lorelai were great. If they had just like gotten married at that point, but then once April came in, it just like they don't communicate and don't talk to each other and then get mad at each other for no reason. Like,
yeah,
I don't
know. It hurt. But I forgot. I keep forgetting things. Oh, we were talking about Dean and then we got on to Luke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've always loved Jess. I've just also loved the actor since, I don't know if that was the first thing I watched him in or was it Heroes? It might have been Gilmore Girls I watched him in first.
I mean,
Heroes.
Yeah.
What a beautiful man.
What a beautiful man. Milo Ventimiglia? Yeah.
Close. That crooked smile. Oh, Jesus.
He's such a good actor. And he played such a good, like, smart bad boy.
Yes, he understood. He read, like, he was like, yeah, maybe skipping school, but I understand. I read, okay, literature.
Yeah.
Like, he was the one intellectually matching Rory.
Yeah. He was the one making notes in her margins on...
That sounded funny. Notes in her margins.
Margins, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
I wish. Though he does low-key almost R-word her at a house party.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Shout out. Anybody remember that? They're at this house party. It's where Lane is playing with the band and she gets drunk. And Rory and Jess go upstairs because Jess isn't having fun because he's being, to this person's point, a whiny, angsty baby at the party. And they're like kissing, and then he like pushes her on the bed and she's like telling him to stop and he keeps going.
Oh,
it's not good. It's like it's giving date assault. So I'm not saying I like that version, but I'm saying when he comes back, after he like gets his life together.
Oh my god. I mean, of course young me was like, oh, he's a bad boy.
He's a bad boy.
When he comes back, especially, why did you
drop out of Yale?
Exactly. This isn't you. We're here at the DAR, living in your grandparents' pool house.
This isn't you.
Porsche? Yes. Oh, I was like, she's like, what? But it's like, no, it isn't. Or it's not the you that you claim to be. Yeah. The person, it was always the person you were like, I never want to be like that. I'm not like that. I'm this hardworking woman, career person. But when he grew up.
Yeah, I agree. He's not a great boyfriend in high school, but I think once he, goes off and has that failed pilot episode,
he's a teenage
and finds himself.
Teenage boy, as they were, Dean, him, not perfect, but.
So talking about cyclical and doing the same characters over and over again, his estranged father's wife is just Lorelai.
Yes.
And then that same actress plays April's mother, who is Luke's baby mama, and she is also just Lorelai and literally had like and I'm like, oh my gosh.
I forgot that with his
dad. And you got to come up with
California or something. If he went out there and my boy was traumatized because his mama was.
We didn't get to see the crazy part of her. We only got to see her when she was quirky and hippie-ish.
Was she the one with the Ren Fair?
Yes. One of my favorite episodes. So I will now sing part of the song. As kids, we shared our toys for all the girls and boys. Barrel of monkeys, your battleship sunk me. Please recall the joy.
Bravo.
I will not subject you to more, but I could sing the entire song. I used to sing it for Bess. You may plant the ceremonial sword.
She was a riot.
Yeah, her and TJ.
Oh gosh. Then didn't
I'm in escrow. Yes, she does have a baby. They have a baby.
Oh wow. I may need to rewatch it just for some of that.
The later seasons have some great characters in them. I like the later seasons better than the earlier seasons. I know that that's not a popular opinion, but so good.
Yeah, I remember first, especially when she goes to Yale. Well, one, going to Yale over Harvard. I was like, girl, what? All we've heard about is Harvard. And whatever.
And they didn't let fucking Paris Geller in, even though she was a legacy. Come on.
You know they always gonna let them in. Come on now.
No.
Somebody was like, well, her interview wasn't as good. Bye. Bullshit.
I don't care what she said in that interview.
Student. She would be in there. She was so good.
And she's also Paris. She then later gets a joint JD and MD somehow.
A boss.
She can do anything. Oh, I also, speaking of boys, I love her and Doyle together because Doyle is such a weirdo, and that's exactly who Paris should be with.
Yes. At first I was like,
I was like, oh. Definitely an upgrade over old professor guy who died while they were banging or whatever.
Oh my God, trauma.
That was bizarre. Yes. But when she was with Doyle, I love that. And I loved them doing Krav Maga together. In the yes. Krav Maga is not about being a tough guy. It's about going home no matter what.
Someone to match her freak. And that is who Doyle was.
That's exactly right. He did match her freak. Oh, God, I love Paris. Her and her little constructed barricade in the newspaper office, eating up soup on her little hot.
She was a woman about her business, and she was like, "Yeah," but then her moments. When did she just called nanny because she didn't have a good relationship with her parents.
Oh, it's so heartbreaking. She learns to speak Portuguese with her nanny.
And she's like, Rory, I envy what you have. She's like, whatever, Paris. You just don't understand how good you had it, Rory. Both money and the mama.
And the friends.
Only had the money.
I know. And her parents literally go offshore at some point because they're trying to avoid taxes.
Yeah.
They just didn't get to see them anymore.
MIA, gone. We don't have a child. We forgot you. Bye.
Though at one point her account, oh God, man. There's so many good episodes of the show. For all my critiques, there's some great moments. I do love the episode where they're doing that fundraiser for the DAR, and Paris's accounts have just been frozen, so she's having to work, and she's having a communist awakening at the DAR party while she's serving.
Yes.
Oh,
I might have to. Damn it! Do I start others? I'm rewatching. Why not? The world's a mess. Why not?
Yeah.
I'd rather be in that world than the real one. It's a mess out here. But
where somebody can just swoop in and pay for Chilton for you at any time. Yeah.
Richard and Emily. Help. Where's my Richard and Emily? I'm always, if anyone is wondering, I'm always open for applications for
Friday night
who want to ease their white guilt and pay my student loans, take care of me.
You're willing to go have a private chef dinner with them once a week?
I will suffer. I'll go twice.
I know.
Yeah. It depends on how much money's on the table. I might go to church with you. let's talk.
You can. Hey, I can dissociate for an hour and a half once a week.
I do it when I go home to visit my mama. It's fine.
Yeah. No, Richard and Emily, I mean, while deeply problematic, are also very cute together.
Yes.
And I love many moments, but my favorite is when she's leaving Richard and she's packing some stuff. She's like, I'm going to go to Europe and I'm going to have wine at lunch every single day. Only prostitutes have 2 glasses of wine at lunch. Well, then drive me to Reno and buy me a boa because I am open for business. God, I love you.
There are things that are never in a realm of my poor understanding. We're just so cute of them. Just he goes to the office and he's like, Rory, you have to meet this person. And he has a cigar and his meeting and his big desk with the big leather chair and his boot, just like their privileged thing. It was just, but then there are little moments of like, even if I was like, oh, or like them at the Yale tailgate.
Oh yeah, that was bizarre. Oh, and then Penelon Lot.
Oh,
That hussy.
tramp. Emily was a queen.
I
And
love
the reads she would give Lorelai. I mean, sometimes she was reading her for Phil, honey. I was like, oh,
she read her correctly many times.
yes. And she's like, Lorelai, please, okay, girl, if you don't take this money and be quiet, we're giving your daughter an opportunity, and we're asking you to dinner. Sit down. This is gourmet.
I'm thinking of when Lorelai had that article written about the inn and she was complaining about Emily, but she didn't realize it wasn't off the record, and so they put it all in. And Emily's reading it and she was like, I did not get into a fight with Jimmy Carter. It was that insufferable Rosman. I did not get in a quote bitch fight with him.
Quote. Yes, it's just so delightful.
I know.
And do you think, because okay, again, not having watched this recently, do you think that Rory was a good friend to Lane?
No.
Or Lorelai was a good friend to Suki?
I think Lorelai was definitely a better friend to Suki than Rory was to Lane. Because I will say, Lorelai held that in together while Suki was popping out all them kids.
True. So, still brought her along, didn't leave her out.
Yeah.
Brought her people with her. So yes, just love Suki. She was so cute. Her and Jackson.
Wait, so do you think Lorelai was a bad friend to Suki?
I just don't recall. I feel like I have in my head moments where maybe she wasn't the best, but I don't remember. I just know that I don't think Rory was a good one to Lane, or good. You know, she had more moments where she was like, I understand she was going to a different school, but one of the clips I watched, it was Lane calling her, and she was like, "Oh, you're there, and I'm over here, and I'm having all these problems, and you're not here. I need you to." She's like, "Don't be sorry, just be here." And I was like, "Oh,
Lane,
be there for your friend."
I think both of them have intense main character syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that they can ever be the best friends to anybody else besides each other who are the co-main characters.
True.
But I do think Lorelai at least like seemed to care about Suki and know what was going on in her life on a day-to-day basis.
True.
Versus Rory seems like she just like would forget Lane existed for long stretches of time.
Yes, poor Lane. She would just be like, I'm trying to reach you. What happened? And I understand she has, but still, she could have done better.
I know.
Especially when she had a man. Rory was definitely one of those like, oh, I've got a man right now.
Oh,
I'm busy. I forgot you existed.
100%. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of men in the early seasons, Tristan is a very sad character.
I don't remember. He's at Chilton, right?
Yeah, he's like, what's his face? Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, I don't remember much. Now
he's like a sad little rich boy.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like it seems like his father is like verbally abusive to him based on what we see.
Did Rory date him or no?
No, that was who she was thinking about cheating on Dean with in the first season. You know how every season she's thinking about cheating on the person she's with? That in the first season it was Tristan.
Oh, okay. What is it with Rory and her cheating? When she
cheats on everyone except Jess
when she was with Dean. And then she cheated with
She kisses Tristan when she's with Dean.
Oh.
Or maybe they had broken up. Maybe they were on a break, a la Ross and Rachel. But anyway, yeah.
But then because the clip I recently watched, and I remember her sleeping with Dean after he's married. Now, great, it takes two to tango. So
the way I was shook when that first
was
happened.
like, she's like, but
in her childhood bed,
they're not good together. She is not right for him, and they're not together anymore. And Lorelai's like, so. Did he tell you that he's leaving her? And she's like, well, yeah, but like, he doesn't know her. Like, I'm like, I just should be like, Rory Gilmore.
Rory? And the thing is, for dry Dean dick, you know that Dean is not. No.
Your first
No.
girl. And then the face off between the moms, that embarrassing. Like the girl's mom came
But
up
also, like, way to go for that girl's mom being like, I am not buying into this main character energy. Yeah. You might be the queen of this town, but that doesn't mean you get to sleep with people's husbands.
I just was like, girl. And then, because for the revival, Logan was engaged or married?
He's engaged.
But she sleeps with him.
She's just sleeping with him. Now, to be fair, it seems like that is more of an open relationship-ish kind of situation. You know how rich people always seem like they never have close relationships.
They're like, we're together,
as Kim points out,
financially.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a financial merger. Yeah. This is a good point. Open relationships would have solved a lot of these problems, but they don't seem to have those.
No, but I was like, Rory, again, have you learned nothing?
No, she hasn't. That's why the show is not good.
You're pregnant.
That's the problem with the show, is she learns nothing.
Us young gals, us nerdy young gals watching the show growing up, we're like, wow, Rory's gonna do it all. She's smart, loves to read. She gets the hotties. We can do it all. And she was gonna be Christiana on what is it? Christiana.
I'm
on poor. I can't remember her name, but she always was wanting. I'm gonna be her.
Christiana Amanpour.
There we go. And not like, and I say this as someone who did this first college I went to, I did drop out and then I transferred.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
And I graduated college later than I was supposed to. That's fine. It's just like, and I don't know, I'm sure there's people like this, but it's just that she gets this one criticism. Granted, it's from a big person, this dude of the C, whatever he is, of this whatever company, I forgot.
You crushed that girl. That's why she dropped out. She was crushed. But it's like, if you're crushed by that, you are not ready to be a journalist. No. He was completely correct.
Yes, he's like, you don't have it. Like, you
cannot take, like,
he said, I asked everyone their opinion. Just go ahead and
mild criticism.
And that's like,
it's like, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but it doesn't seem like you have the spark. And it's like,
you would think that Rory would be like, I'm going to prove it. Yeah. That, like, her attitude from all the things in Chilton, everything before, made me think that she would be like, okay, so now I've got even more to prove. Go ahead. Yeah, like, I'm going to show you. And she's just like, oh.
I need to go out to sea. Let me steal a yacht.
I'm just super. I was like, girl. So it's like less about, it's just that you let one thing do this instead of, it wasn't like, oh, wait, I've been working towards something my whole life and I'm not that passionate about it. I don't want to do it anymore. Let me reevaluate. Maybe I want to change my major or I want to do this. No, she was like, I've wanted to do this thing my whole life. And one person told me I wasn't good. So I give up. Meh.
Well, like, I don't know. She has a lot of very set narratives. Again, that's reflective of Lorelai's parenting. But it's like, I have to go to an Ivy League school. I have to be a journalist. It's like, how many of us are doing today what we thought we were going to do when we were like 7? You know? I mean,
it's
dreams
like
can change.
Yeah, she never strayed. And I mean, that's fine. I'm sure there are some people who wanted to be a firefighter and they're a firefighter. But
she goes to these interviews with that part. She's so... That whole thing.
I didn't have a pitch prepared for the interview. What did you just think your name was gonna get you the job?
She's Rory Gilmore.
Oh, yes.
Her ancestors came over on the Mayflower, Jess.
Oh, don't you see that building with my name on it?
Yeah, don't you see this planetarium on Yale's campus with my name on it?
Oh, why am I even here? Give me the job. It's just so. But yeah, she just never was. I don't know. I just feel like you could pivot, you could do, I don't know. She just quitting over that thing.
Working in a traveling circus as a witch, as we all are, our dreams from when we were 7.
I love that. The only thing I've ever thought I was going to do was be, I was like, I want to be an author. I used to write stories on our desktop in Microsoft Word.
Yes.
And then I tried NaNoWriMo and I was like, girl, bye. But
I
an
thought I was
astronaut
going to
firefighter
be,
is
yeah, I thought I was going to be an Academy Award winning actress slash chemical engineer.
yes. I still think you could do it. If
It's
you
never
wanted
too
to.
late.
No, it's not. I do like Kirk. Like, I like Kirk.
Although
And
I
he still
do,
gets on
that
my
movie
nerves.
is very scary. I agree.
But like Kirk can get on my nerves, but I appreciate his character.
Oh,
And
I
all
love
the
his
different
character. Yeah. I love it when
iterations
he's
that he
like,
is.
when he has that period where he's like sleeping at different places around town because he's fighting with his mom. So like you just randomly see him like sleeping in Luke's boat or like.
Yes.
And I love the town hall meetings.
Yes.
Those are always fun.
I love those. When I was going to my HOA meeting, maybe it was my friend. She was like, go in there and be the Lorelai. And I was like, absolutely not.
Have some main character energy at your HOA meeting.
Yes. Kirk is so unhinged in the best way. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He really adds to Stars Hollow.
Yes. I love Kirk. I love when we find out how much money he's been saving up from all his random jobs. That was funny.
I mean, he's been working. He take a day off.
Yeah, he works. He doesn't seem to be great at job retention.
No.
But he must crush the interview process.
He's like, you guys can't hold me down. I have to move on. I want to learn all the things. Jack of all trades.
He is of every trade.
Anyone I could get into.
Master of none.
But he will try all. Okay.
He will. Oh, Kirk, he's good.
Yeah.
I think if there's other characters we've not covered.
I feel like we talked about a lot of the townies.
Yeah, I think
her name? I know this is a bad word, but Gypsy.
I know. Oh,
the auto mechanic.
I love her. She's one of my favorites, but we didn't talk about Logan that much.
So I too hated Logan when he first, because I was just like, when I was denying what Rory was, I was like, you don't.
Yeah, when I was in denial, I didn't like him. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I still don't like him, but him and Rory together make sense. But I still am like, I do like when he would like call her out, but he was just another snooty rich boy, and I was like, no, Rory deserves better than that. She needs someone hardworking, and
he's a cutie little patootie, so I get that part of it. Though he is blonde. I mean, no offense to blonde men, but I've always. It's a little that can not a sure thing. But he's a cute he's a cute little blonde man. He's like I think he's a short king. And this is a great. I love that plot from Kirk. He has the ring that Luke wants. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like him, but I do think he's the best boyfriend for Rory. He's very I don't know. He's a very good actor, I think, that actor. I've seen him in a couple of other things. Like I think he did a good job with the line readings and like getting the kind of tempo of the show. He was one of the better. Him and Milo were the two, I think, boyfriends that got the way to do that dialogue. So
remind me, was it at Chilton or was it at Yale when she did that thing when they go up on the building and float down with an umbrella?
That's at Yale. That's a Logan.
I remember society. People love that, and I was like,
I thought it was so lame. Like all of that, whatever that Dead Poet Society bullshit was, I just thought it was so lame.
I was like, but I feel like so many people are like, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with this. And there's like stickers and quotes and everything with it. I know. And I was like,
I don't get it. In omnia paratus.
Woo.
Okay. This was Marty. Okay, this was another stalker level behavior. So she had a friend in season 4 who was a dude at Yale, and he clearly liked her, but she was oblivious to it and didn't like him back. He then shows up in the 7th season as the boyfriend of one of her good friends, and he pretends that he didn't know Rory, and then like negs her about it, and like is trying to like get with her while he's with her friend. It's a bizarre, like very incel, red pillish kind of storyline.
Oh, now I remember his face when she's. Oh yeah,
Like
that was
before
weird.
he got weird, I liked him. If she had ended up with him when he was normal, that would have been like a sign of growth for her. But instead, she was too busy planning to cheat with Dean. Like that was when she was right about to sleep with Dean in her childhood bed with his crusty, dusty.
Your childhood. Please, I just.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, yeah, his original run, he seemed like a nice guy, but it turns out he was an incel kind of nice guy.
He was freaking creep.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Did we get everybody? I feel
like we covered. I think if we did. I mean, like, there's obviously lots of great moments that we haven't talked about. Or maybe, when you think about like favorite episodes, do you have any that come to mind? Or like moments, maybe?
I feel like it's probably multiple, but anytime there was like the first snow, because they would just be like, oh, it's snowing. And I always, as someone who grew up without snow, I always just felt like, oh my God,
Can you
snow.
imagine?
I'm trying to, yeah, it's been so long. They don't have a good grasp on a lot of the episodes. And now I feel like I need to rewatch it and then talk about it again.
I would say some of my favorite episodes are the Bracebridge dinner, when they have that big snow at the inn and this big party cancels, so they throw a party for the town.
Oh yes,
I like that one.
Snow always makes a good episode, I swear.
I know, the snow is good. I really, probably my favorite episode is, or maybe my favorite scene is in season 6 when they have their last big final fight with Emily and Richard. It's just like cutting to them, and it's like, you know, when you get pregnant, you get married. A baby needs a mother and a father. Oh my God. And they like, as the night goes on, they're just getting more and more tired as they're hashing out every fight they've all ever had. I really like that scene. I like the one where the inn opens and Luke and Lorelai first get together. I like the Ren Fair wedding. Yeah, there's lots of great episodes.
Firefly Inn.
Yeah, there's a lot of good eps.
Yes, there is goodness, and that's why people watch it and rewatch it. But it's just like, as you grow, you notice things, or as you just watch something over time, you're like, wait, I didn't see. And that's, even if the writing wasn't perfect, I think that's still a testament to the writing, that you can like see different things, or like maybe notice different patterns or something.
The layers.
Rewatching it for the 4th time or whatever. And I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna start. It's so funny. I started watching it with Andrew, and he was getting so mad at Lorelai. He was like, I cannot deal with her. I think we got for 3 seasons, and he was like, oh God. She thinks it's so funny, and she's not.
he's kind of right about that.
Yeah. And I was like, you're
not wrong.
You're right.
Well, fun Easter egg. I don't know if I'm sure they've edited this out of the digital. On the DVD, back when I was first watching the show, I got to season 5. There's an episode in there where Richard and Emily are renewing their vows. And Lorelai has this era where she is wearing like deep cut tops constantly. And she's in a fancy one. And when I was first watching it, she turns at one point and I was like, that's a nipple. In the original DVD, they did not catch that Lauren Grant had a nip slip.
Wow.
But I am assuming that they have.
That's crazy.
They have blurred that out of the digital. But I remember like, I was like, wait, rewind, Bess. I swear I just saw
Go back.
I swear I just saw a nip slip. Because I was at that moment thinking, like, how does she keep her boobs in this fucking dress? And then
look, the early aughts fashion. One of the clips, Lane had on a simple, like
her grandparents or cousin. That was very funny.
Lane had on just like a sweater, but like a boot cut jean and some like chunky black boots. I remember, I was like,
The
I love.
fashion, there are some iconic fashion moments in the show.
Yes.
Lots of great knitwear.
Yes. The okay, so this says 7 seasons. Okay,
Plus
7
A Year in the Life.
episodes. I will not rewatch that. 154 episodes. So this started in 2000. Wow.
Wow. 24 years ago.
Oh, please don't say that out loud. 20
Almost
years ago
25.
is at least 1990. I don't want to hear it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
This show could next year the show will be able to get a rental car.
Why would you say that?
Because it's a fact.
No. Okay. Look at this. Nick and Nora, Sid and Sancy. Like mother, like daughter. Oh. Is this the one? The Bracebridge dinner? Is that the one?
Yes, that's a good episode.
Yeah. I'm
So
I might have to do it.
it's a good time of year. It's very cozy.
It is. But like, yeah, with all its flaws, like have you ever watched Parenthood?
No, I didn't get into it.
Okay. I watched Parenthood. I think it was
Lauren
after
Graham show.
Yes. I don't know if it was, I think I was just watching it on Netflix. I'm not sure. I watched Parenthood. Ugh. But that one, I love how it ends. But yeah, Lauren Graham, she's not the same, but she also is a single parent. In this one, she has 2 kids. And it gives, like, if you like Lorelai, but she's like less, I don't know. It's
like the more evolved version of Lorelai.
But she still has problems, but it's within a bigger family, and it's not like just like this rich family. Oh my God. I want to rewatch Parenthood now.
Well, now I just don't really watch TV anymore except for Dropout. So
yeah, true.
It's hard for me to add TV shows to my repertoire.
That's fair.
But if I ever do, I will consider that one.
But like, I'm just gonna pop through these characters right quick. I don't think we did. You ever watch Bones?
Oh yeah. Though I stopped pretty much after they got together because I felt like the show kind of got weird.
Okay. Well, I'm currently past when they got together, and that's the feeling. This is my first time watching it, and I was loving it. And then they got together, and it's been.
Yeah. I think that there's ways to get characters together that doesn't ruin shows, but I don't think they navigated that successfully.
No, like obviously there's tension that's gone because the will they won't they is over, which like when you ship people you want, but then I'm like, well, what am I watching for now? Because even
the procedural.
But even some of these, I'm like, okay, I know this is a TV show. I have to suspend some disbelief. Some of these, I'm like, y'all are getting fucking ridiculous.
Well, that's
I'm having to suspend a lot.
Once you get far along in a police procedural show, the cases just start getting and just real out there. So I think it's probably not just that they got together. I think it's also that the actual like mysteries went downhill.
Yeah.
And you weren't distracted by will they, won't they from.
True.
Yeah.
Because there's other couples, but like they're together. So there's no, and now I'm just like seeing all of these things and like with your mustache twirling villain. I don't know. Some episodes I'm like, oh, I really like this one. And then others I'm like, I know Booth is an FBI, but sometimes he makes me really remember that he was in the US military and that he is really, I'm like, God damn, Booth.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Booth.
But
it's very funny to me that in real life that actor is like he's a witch.
He's with his crystals.
Yes.
Where he goes from Buffy. Was he in Buffy?
Yeah, he was in Buffy. He was a vampire.
Angel. Then he was in this. But then I think he went to another show.
Yeah, I think he had another like
SWAT kind of
like an army or something show. Yeah.
I'm like, but oh yeah, there was Gypsy Doyle, Caesar, Townsperson, Liz Danes. Okay.
And TJ Dane, or I don't know what his last name is.
TJ Deleuze.
Okay.
Oh my God, Sebastian Bach. I forgot he was in their band.
That was so weird. That was so weird.
He's this grown man. Okay, Max Medina. Oh, he was only there for Hanlon Charleston.
Headmaster
Okay.
Charlton.
Dave Rogalski was only in 9 episodes.
Yeah, but
Why
he
do
left a
I feel
big
like he was there
impact.
for long?
She was pining for. I think that he was like off screen, but she was still dating him for a while.
Because there wasn't like, did they get closure or did he just go to college out of state or something?
He just went to college out of state.
God damn it, OC.
I know.
God damn it.
I think they even say he goes to California.
California.
Yeah.
I never watched that
show. I will still crank that every morning.
It's so good.
It's so good. It makes me want to like put the top down and like, yeah, we go.
Shows really used to give us a theme song. They really used to put in work. Oh, what a time. Okay, we really got everybody. We did a good job.
I think we did a thorough job.
There's
I'm sure we could do like episode by episode discussions, but
yeah,
not today.
No, there is much. I'll rewatch and then maybe I'll just give you a recap of like seasons 1 through 4 and then seasons 4 through 7 or something.
Yeah, keep me posted because I'm always down for some Gilmore Gab.
I want to get.
What we're gonna? Oh, go ahead.
Kelly Bishop's book. I want to read.
I've heard it's good. Yeah.
I've heard because I think Lauren Graham has had multiple books. I've read one of hers, and it was fun.
Yeah, it was okay. I didn't. The one I read at least was only fine.
I mean, I did read it a long time ago. I don't know if I would like it now. I think it was like Talking as Fast as I Can or something.
Yeah, that's the one I read.
But
I felt like it was okay. It was fine.
I can't really tell you much about what she's found in there.
I remember she has a single dad who raised her in the DC metro area. And I feel like she was like riding horses a lot or something.
Ooh, I forgot.
Yeah, that's about all I remember.
I forgot everything. But yes. What were you going to say? What are we doing?
I was going to say, do you know what works? I think technically you're up.
I don't. I need to go through my tabs.
Okay. Well, I have family Christmas next week, so we can't meet next week. So maybe week after next.
Let me look at my calendar.
And I also am going to say I'm officially putting the Elon Musk video on hiatus because I just think with the state of the world, it will be too depressing to do more.
Fair. That's fair because I was going to say a lot of my tabs are.
Very I like, hey,
not to do. Did you see
just a PSA that Gaza literally has no working hospitals left above? I forget what part of it. So just a reminder that everyone seems to have forgotten, but like literally there's still a genocide going on. It's cool. Whatever.
I'll get on Instagram and not be prepared and I will see something gruesome and I'm like,
I don't post as much about it because frankly, I feel like anybody who cares is keeping up with us.
Yeah.
Keeping up with it. And at this point, if you don't care, there's literally nothing I could do to make you care.
Nope.
So
I'm just like, every time I see that, I see fucking railway they're proposing from the Congo, from the mines to get it to
I saw that.
Oh my God. And then every day a cabinet pick makes me want to jump off of
that I don't even look at because it's just like, yeah.
But yeah, literally this dude on TikTok, he's like, breaking news. I'm like, nope, can't do it.
No.
Did you see about that United Healthcare CEO?
I did. I don't know if this means that we're officially trying to eat the rich now or if that was something else, but you could deny people life-saving procedures for only so long before someone's going to go cuckoo and
shocked it took that long. But my friend sent me another tweet that said, in an unprecedented move, Anthem, Blue Cross Blue Shield, representing Connecticut, New York, and Missouri, have unilaterally declared it will no longer pay for anesthesia care if the surgery or procedure goes beyond an arbitrary time limit, regardless of how long the surgical procedure takes. Okay.
Oh yeah. Also, I forgot that South Korea literally has.
I saw that, and then it went, but.
Yeah.
People were like, and we haven't now, granted, I know we're never united here in these so-called United States.
No.
But also South Korea is a way smaller country than us. all
It
together.
it frankly made me feel a little better. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, it's not just us.
Yeah. No, it's
Like,
everywhere. It's a hot damn mess.
it's
Everywhere.
it's not a
We can't escape.
he's not good right now.
It's no
Is no good. Is no good. Like, sorry, I don't know why I went Italian. Is no good. I don't know why, but it's just not right now.
Yeah.
People are
It's
just
every day there's something where they're like, the French government, I'm like, please. I just want to see you think your dog talks. That's what I want to see. I'm like,
I
yes, he
know.
did say I love you in his husky voice. Yes, he did. Show me that. Show me to me, Rachel.
Literally when I scroll through Instagram and TikTok, it's literally funny, scroll away news, sit and watch some Gaza, and then like cats. That's pretty much
mine, but with dogs.
Yeah.
And then
like
right now there's like a missing persons case, not missing persons that keep coming up, but
or like look, baby panda gets attacked by leaf.
Oh no!
See, this is what I
How
need.
dare.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I
Did you enjoy that TikTok I sent you? This is a very awkward thing to do. Yeah. Did you like the TikTok I sent you? The TikTok I sent you of that man who got up in church and was like, God told me that my wife is here.
I was so confused. I was like, is this real?
It's so real.
What were the women wearing on their heads?
I don't know what that part was.
What was going on? He said,
he was like, I stopped by the JC Penney to pick up a ring because God said that my wife is going to come up to me tonight. What?
A mess. The things I see about the churches.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I muted myself. Sorry.
Oh, I was like, leave me.
There was a comment earlier that said, well, Bones went on way too long. And my biggest problem was that every time Bones showed personal growth, they reset the character back to her worst, most. Yes, I am screaming this to Robin every day that I know that the showrunner or the writer said that they wrote her character after someone they knew who was on the spectrum, but they could never, like, the network wouldn't let them, like, come out and say it. Okay, so I understand that. But the way they do her character, like, in the beginning, it's, okay, we're getting to know her, but she has people around her like, okay, this is what you would normally do in that situation. And then it's like she learns, but then, I don't know, it seems like season 6 and beyond, she just keeps reverting back to, I never learned this. I don't know. It's she's very frustrating.
Yeah. Maybe that's what you should go rewatch Gilmore Girls. I need to go rewatch at least the early seasons of Bones because I always like
you should go just and end it season 6. Hulu.
Oh, I don't have Hulu anymore.
God damn it, Mara. I'll give you my login.
Maybe I can find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I do have a VPN, so I could always try to see if I can find it elsewhere. Well, I need to have some din.
Very important.
But you guys will be seeing us back on the internet tomorrow night on my channel to react to Goodreads Choice Award winners. So if you just can't get enough,
I'm so ready to be shocked.
I know what's going to happen.
Oh my god! I mean, some of them I genuinely don't know because I'm like, I didn't hear.
Yeah, for example, the sci-fi category, no idea what will win. Impossible to say.
I don't know.
Yes. So if you want to see me and Jess, you can see us tomorrow night on my channel, talking about books, and then in 2 weeks for a mystery topic. Yeah, we'll try to be back here right before the holidays to provide you some holiday cheer.
Yes, hopefully it's cheery
and not.
I'll find something.
We'll find something to be cheery about.
Yes. Thank you for joining us this evening. I apologize for my stuffy nose.
No, mine too. I need to go blow my nose. So we'll spare you guys that, but we will catch you guys soon.
Doodles.
And Keep it Gilmore Gabbin' wherever you are.
Yeah. Bye.